Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another video where we will be talking about something which has just come out involving a president. Today is a shocking day for President William Samoei Ruto because what has happened shows a clear indication of what could happen here in the Republic of Kenya. Kenya is a well-known country. Matters corruption. It ranks very high in the indexes of the countries with the highest corruption. The previous year, in the year 2024, the president of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, was ranked number 2 as the most corrupt leader in the whole world. And this just goes to show you the type of a country we are living in. Today, some few hours ago, reports came out that a former president has been jailed for 15 years in prison together with his wife, and it's because of corruption allegations against him, against his government. Today, I'll be informing you more on what has happened to the former president of the country of Peru. And for those who don't know, the capital city for Peru is Lima. And we will also be discussing on some of the things which are happening here in Kenya, which could result to William Samoei Ruto finding himself in what the former president of Peru has found himself in. Because it's not that different. What has happened in Peru, the corruption in Peru is even not worse compared to what is happening in Kenya. Here in Kenya, the corruption is on another level. Government officers, leaders are on a corruption spree every day, stealing every day, embezzling funds. It's just yesterday the former Kiambu governor Kimani Wamatangi was raided at his home. He was arrested, taken to the Integrity Center, the offices of Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, where he was grilled on allegations of corruption, embezzling funds. So what has happened there could also happen here, because the same thing that has led to the sentencing of a former Peru president are the same things which readers here in Kenya are doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay with me to the end. I know you're going to like this one. I will also be showing you one video which shows you that the government of Kenya is really corrupt. Is a video which I came across showing the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Abraham Kithure Kindiki, asking journalists to turn off their cameras so that he can announce the amount of money President William Samoei Ruto gave him to go and donate, I think, to a certain church which he had attended. Can you just imagine? That's where we are. That's where we are. It has reached to a level where government officers, for example the deputy president, does not want to be recorded announcing the actual amount which President William Ruto gave him to go and donate. So I'll be showing you that video. It's a video which has taken over the internet. It has gone viral, and it will be nice if you also see this, so that you can get a clear picture on what corruption really looks like here in Kenya. But first of all, ladies and gentlemen, let me appreciate you for the continued support that you have continued to show. I really take it in here, like I really appreciate. I know you are really you have bought your bundles, you have taken your time, so I appreciate the support which you are showing here in this platform. But for the few who are not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure that you also like this video so that many Kenyans can be able to see it, and they will be able to know what they have to do to make sure that corruption ends here in Kenya. And lastly, make sure that you click the notification icon. It will really support me, it will really support this YouTube channel, and it will be quite an accomplishment if we get to 50,000 subscribers. Thank you, and let us continue with the video. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, courtesy or story courtesy of a number of sources, including the Standard, and I quote, report dated 16th April 2025. Peru court sentences former president Ollanta Humala and his wife to 15 years in prison for corruption scandal. Both also found guilty of money laundering. So here are two offenses which is believed they have committed. The first offense being that of corruption, and this is basically maybe the time they were in power, there were public money, taxes were maybe misappropriated, maybe taxes were stolen. That's basically what is happening here in Kenya. Take it like what is happening here in Kenya, corruption. The other crime is that they have been accused of money laundering, where they do illegal businesses, and then afterwards they wash that money by maybe putting it somewhere. And that's basically, to give you a clear picture, is like what is being accused, what is being alleged that William Samoei Ruto is doing. For a number of times we have heard allegations that President William Samoei Ruto is involved in gold smuggling deals, where he is doing this together with the RSF leader, and it has resulted to political instability in DRC, political instability in Sudan. So these are the same things which are happening here in Kenya, but in Peru they have really taken action to make sure that it doesn't happen again. I would like to give you a short story of what the Peru president did and how he found himself there, and what readers in Peru are usually what usually happens to them if they get caught in offenses like this. So first of all, the report says Peru's ex-president and first lady sentenced to 15 years in jail. You have to know that this is a former president. Peru's former president Ollanta Humala has been found guilty of money laundering and sentenced to 15 years in prison. And according to what I can see here, his wife, his spouse, is Nadine Heledia, and she was also found guilty of money laundering and sentenced to 15 years in jail. And you also have to know that the sentencing of this case, Nadine Heredia, the wife, was not present at the court, and this because she was granted a safe passage to Brazil after seeking asylum in the Brazilian embassy. And this is because it has been quite a drama there, where people maybe want to attack her, where she feels like she is not safe anymore, and she asked for an asylum to go to Brazil together with her son, with their child, and she was granted the asylum. But as reports say, she has been sentenced to jail, and she is expected to report to be taken to a prison. The former president, who is 62 years, was meanwhile, as we are already speaking, she is meanwhile in Barbadillo prison, where two other leaders, Alejandro Toledo and Pedro Castillo, are already being held. So this is not the first Peru president to be sentenced to jail. There were other former leaders, including Alejandro Toledo, together with Pedro Castillo, who are already being held there. Humala was the first Peruvian president to be investigated in connection with the Odebrecht scandal. For those who want to know why Alejandro Toledo, the former leaders, what they did to get there, is that Toledo, who governed from 2001 to 2006, he was also a former president, was sentenced last year to more than 20 years in prison for taking $35 million in bribes from the company. You hear? All those are corruption scandals. Alan Garcia, president from 1985 to 1990 and 2006 to 2011, also aliweza kujiua in 2019 as he faced imminent arrest after she was threatened that she was going to be arrested, taken to jail. He saw it wise not to live anymore, and she ended himself. And for the Peru president, the time which he was in power, I'm trying to look at the details here so that I can give you a clear analysis of what he has done, is that he became a former president after he was a president from the 28th of July 2011 to 28th of July 2016. So that is exactly 5 years, and during those 5 years he did a lot of things. So he has been taken to prison, and the reason why I've brought you this update is because a number of Kenyans have been mentioning that the crimes being committed in the Kenyan government, in the political world here in Kenya, are crimes qualified to make these readers be sentenced to prison. And if this could happen, it would insert fear to these readers. It would insert sense to a level where they would think of corruption and learn away from it. Nobody wants to be taken to prison. Nobody wants to be arrested. I don't know what you have to say about that, but the Kenya Kwanza government, including the president William Samoei Ruto, has found himself in a lot of scandals, a lot of cases, and if you compare them to what the Peru president did, even it seems like President Ruto's crimes are even higher than that. What do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll be checking them out. Kindly, before you leave, subscribe, like this video, also leave the notification icon on. Bye bye.